Charlotte, North Carolina. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give it another 30 seconds or so. We'll get this call underway. You're on Straight Talk with the formulator for Zija International, Mr. Russ Bianchi. David Moses speaking to you from Toronto. We're going to take a few more introductions and then get the call underway. Go ahead.
Plain, Alberta, Canada. North Carolina.
Okay, I believe we're ready to go. Russ, are you online with us, sir?
Hello from Oklahoma, yes.
Wonderful. I spoke to Gina Friels earlier, and you were in the middle of a presentation there. And by the way, I guess while we're on this note, it looks like both Gina Friels and Dr. Fisher will be two more diamonds by Friday of this week, and more people entering the leadership floor of Zija International. So thank you very much, Russ, for that meeting down there. I'm sure it's making a significant difference. And on that note, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Straight Talk. This is a product-centric call that we do each and every Wednesday with the formulator for Zija International, Mr. Russ Bianchi. And my name is David Moses, independent distributor with Zija International, speaking to you from my home office here in Toronto. And it's nice to be home. We've done a lot of traveling, and Russ, it looks like you're still traveling. I will see you tomorrow in Oklahoma, followed by Kansas City, and of course San Antonio, Texas. So thanks for all that you're doing. I'd like to extend a welcome to all of our team members around the world, and of course a special and warm welcome to anybody who's listening tonight for the first time, our guests. This call will give you some perspective of the Zija product line and of course Moringa, which has really set the foundation for the fast-growing company in direct sales today, and a lot of prosperity that is taking place here at Zija International. Just for the benefit of the new people, I think it appropriate that we create a little bit of context so that you have a little bit of background on Zija International. This company was born as a result of a documentary that aired on the Discovery Channel a number of years ago. This documentary featured a botanical known as Moringa oleifera. Or for some call it a tree, but it is the most nutrient-dense, nutrient-complete botanical known to man on this planet. It has everything that the human body requires to maintain high-level wellness and vitality, and of course, as written by the NIH, the National Institutes of Health, back March 21st, 2008, it has extraordinary benefits and extraordinary uses, everything from reversing environmental damage to purifying water and so forth. And this is one of the reasons the Discovery Channel featured this botanical documentary. That documentary was handed to our founder, Ken Brailsford. And Ken, having been the co-founder of Nature Sunshine in 1972 and being the founder of another company called Enrich in 1985, two companies that had done billions and collectively have done multiple billions in sales on nutritional type products. So Ken saw the value in Moringa and that no one had brought it to the marketplace. So he sought out to find out if a company could be built and the value of Moringa benefits be brought to the masses. And one of the challenges was how to take Moringa in its raw form and create a world-class line of products. And that task was given to one of the world's foremost experts in formulation. And that, of course, is Mr. Russ Bianchi. And Russ, it is always a pleasure to have you on these calls because people want to know that we've got a product line that is not only efficacious, but can build a legacy company, a legacy business. And we certainly have that. So maybe, Russ, you could take a moment and give a quick snapshot of your background and what you do and why Moringa.
Thank you, David, and good evening to everyone around the Zija globe. My name is Russ Bianchi. I'm the managing director of a company called Adapt Solutions for product development people. We create, convert, and stabilize. We do it in pharmaceutical and drug development, food, beverage, skincare and cosmetics, flavor, chemistry, and stabilization, functional dietary supplementation, chocolate confectionery. The list is long. Perhaps if you've ever seen or consumed an energy bar, that was a major category for us in terms of innovation, moving people away from caloric choices in breakfast cereal, like granola bars, candy bars, and the like from the 1980s forward. We came to this project for two reasons. Number one, Moringa. Specifically, as you already heard, this is the most nutrient-dense botanical known to science or research in general, with literally thousands of empirical studies from academic, governmental, scientific, medical institutions affirming that. Secondly, the founder, Ken Brailsford. Ken is the most honest businessman I've ever met in my entire career. He and his team, Rod Larson, our CEO, Ryan Palmer, Vice President of Global Sales, Jerem Dastrup, Sherry Cutler, Whitney Davis, the list goes on and on, Mike Hirschberger, of a team that has been put together that is there to serve everyone out in the field with a state-of-the-art plant. Not only is there a plant, there is Joshua Plant, Dr. Joshua Plant, our Director of Technical and Scientific Research, first class at Harvard, an NIH fellow. This is a vertically integrated company, literally from the plantations to the user's doorstep. And we came to this because of the assurance from Ken, the founder, the products would always be maintained in their quality, and he has far exceeded that. And for those that may have been at the summit this last fall, they got to see for themselves that state-of-the-art facility in terms of integral FDA-inspected and approved pharmacopoeia manufacturing. So that brings us to today, David.
Okay, well, wonderful. And, of course, the Moringa is the foundation of all of our products and has really set, Zija on a path as a category creator because we're first to market with Moringa. And so maybe, Russ, you could kind of give us a snapshot of why Moringa sets us apart from all nutrition companies. I mean, there's a lot of great products out there, but only Moringa has everything all in one place, and that gives us a very unique edge.
You're correct, David, and more importantly, it is the correct Moringa of many different varietals within the species that actually has all that, and only Zija International produces that. So if you think you're going to get Moringa to health food store on the internet, you're sadly mistaken. You're getting some tropical varietal, and it's only leaf, and it's poorly treated and processed, and you're basically buying cellulose at a very expensive price on a cost basis for very little nutrition. Only Zija International delivers all the constituent parts of the correct Moringa to deliver all the vitamins and minerals, omega-3, 6, and 9, naturally occurring, unlike fish oils, flaxseed, chia seed, seaweed that are not absorbable. 3 dozen different naturally occurring anti-inflammatories, dozens upon dozens of antioxidants, anti-carcinogens, kinase inhibitors, all the amino acids, 9 essential, David, that deliver nutrient value that simply hasn't been in the food chain for some 4.5 decades. The real problem, David, is we're overfed, we're undernourished, we're overdrugged. We're consuming more than double the calories we did some 3 or 4 decades ago. We're receiving, depending on the category, up to 85% less absorbable nutrients and more than double those calories. And then we're massively overdrugged. An average drug today will have at least 70 adverse and harmful side effects up to and including premature death.
And in North America, as an example, since the mid-1970s, more than 450% increase in those harmful drugs. So this is the most nutrient-dense botanical, available nowhere else in any combination of nutrients from anyone at any price in a very simple, straightforward referral model.
Oh, wonderful. Now, let's talk a little bit about we're overfed and undernourished and how that has contributed to the weight challenges that we have. You know, we're going into the holidays, and of course in the new year, the number one resolution is losing weight, has been every single year, as far back as I can remember. And we've got a solution to that is not a diet, but that creates dramatic and high impact results literally in a matter of days, and very, very quickly, over the course of a few weeks and a few months, a person can really start to reshape themselves. Maybe you could talk about why the problem and how we are the solution.
Yeah, David, we used to eat real food in the 1960s. We ate from 4 basic food groups: real fruits, vegetables, nuts, whole unprocessed dairy products, real grains that weren't chemically or genetically modified, real protein sources that weren't chemically laden. We ate food, and nobody was particularly hungry, and we didn't really see an expansion of waistlines per se. Today, David, 1 out of 3 might have some blood glucose challenge, insulin resistance, hypoglycemia, type 1 and 2 diabetes. 7 out of 10 have some form of a weight challenge or a morbid weight challenge. And you know, David, we're nobody's physician here tonight. We're nobody's doctor. We're not practicing medicine here. We do not diagnose, treat, prevent, cure, mitigate, prescribe, or heal. But Siege International does deliver real results that are permanent in weight loss. Diets don't work. Diets have never worked. If that were true, whether it was the Kumbaya weigh-in sessions, the phony new and improved point scales, the scientific indexes on TV commercials that don't even exist, the celebrities or singers claiming they lost 50 pounds on something being shipped to their house, where in some cases there's more nutrient value in the box than there is the food, then everybody wouldn't have an issue. Diets don't work, initially or on a sustained basis. Siege International delivers a permanent solution in a simple system. Real nutrient for the most nutrient-dense botanical, moringa. Morning or afternoon capsules for real weight conversion from stored potential energy, your body fat. And then to make sure you don't hit some plateau, we have either a daily tea or a premium tea for detoxification. But that's only the beginning of it, because what's so exciting now is we have XM Burn that we're talking about on the Life Unlimited tour. Thanks to Dr. Joshua Plant, we put together a huge amount of moringa with naturally occurring chromium picolinate, thermogenic, real green tea, and naturally occurring caffeine. And is this delivering fast and sustained results? Yes, it is. There's nothing like it out there, David. Thanks to moringa, and thanks to Siege International, and most particularly thanks to the founder and Brailsford.
Well, I can tell you, Russ, as you know, we've been crisscrossing the country, and I'll be seeing you once again tomorrow, and then of course in the next couple of days. And it has been nothing short of amazing to see how many people have had dramatic results at every stop. 200-300 people, 500 people at each of these stops, and the number of people that have had significant weight loss is really quite amazing. But it's also a testimony as to why Zija right now is attracting people by the tens of thousands. And of course, we're opening up many countries around the world. Let's also cover the fact that there's a whole audience out there, a whole group of people, a whole demographic that is very much interested in sports and energy. There's a big market for energy drinks, but we've got a peak performance system that speaks to people with an active lifestyle and people that just need a little extra energy during the day. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that configuration of product.
Well, David, as we told you at the beginning, our company has been around energy bars a long time. We understand kinesiological sports energy. We know how to sustain blood glucose without hypoglycemic drop-offs or blood sugar crashes or lactic acid buildup and cramping and injury. But we've never really done a sports drink. Only because of Moringa, only because of the foresight of Ken Brailsford and his team, Rob Larson and everyone else, did we get the chance, the opportunity to address that. And what was delivered was XM3 and XM Plus, which, unlike so-called energy and power drinks, do not have the bad-for-you things in them. You know, we could name all the brands out there, David, that claim energy and power, but these things are full of lethal levels of anhydrous synthetic caffeine. Combine that with a blood depressant, it's a heart attack. They have taurine and guarana in them, which are not generally recognized as safe, and linked to birth defects and cancer. They have artificial colors, acidulants, sweeteners, preservatives, stabilizers. These are chemistry sets. They've got B6 and 12 vitamins in them, David, rendered from the intestines of pigs in slaughterhouses before the rest is macerated for generic canned pet food or goes on into pharmacopoeia blood thinners. The bottom line is Zija International only delivers proven results with their sports and energy enhancement products. Why? They can document gold, silver, and bronze medals, world championships, professional and collegiate, world records on these products. We have animals using them. We have horses using them and winning races. The list goes on and on and on. Want real results? Zija International delivers real results permanently.
Now, I want to. We're going to cover maybe Gen M real quick here, and then I'd like to maybe just talk a little bit from a visionary standpoint, a marketing standpoint, where we're going as a company with Moringa worldwide, because there's a lot of people on the line tonight, and there'll be a whole lot more next week, particularly on the Zija Nation call, who are looking to change things in 2014 and set themselves on a new path. So let's talk a little bit about the Gen M personal care line, which rounds out our product line, and then we'll move into a little bit of on the marketing side.
Why would you not address the largest organ on your body, which is your skin? Love the skin you're in, but it also receives the most abuse and exposure to problems and toxicity. If you topically feed the skin as well as feed it from the inside, or inner health and outer beauty, and towards a life unlimited by drinking life in, that's a good thing. And guess what? Moringa oleifera oil from the seed pod restores skin. It'll get absorbed. It'll help collagen. It'll help stem cells. It will literally rebuild whatever the issue might be. There's a lot of things out there that can go wrong with the skin. We know them all, the rashes, the burns, the cuts, the puncture wounds, etc. Real topical nutrition from Moringa oleifera's Gen M line allow you to get there better than anything else. And I can say that's emphatically true because our company has done very famous retail as well as direct referral sales brands in skincare in Europe, the United Kingdom, North and South America, as well as Asia and Australia. This is a good decade ahead in terms of actual results versus anything you can put out there. Hypoallergenic, none of the hanky-panky like parabens and other nasty chemistry that you find in a lot of these other things. Gen M addresses topical nutrition for optimum benefit for the largest organ in your body, your skin.
And no doubt, there's also been some amazing results with that. A lot of people have really advanced their business dramatically marketing that line. And speaking of that, Zija has a vision, as you know, Russ, to become a multi-billion-dollar company. One of the giants in direct sales, there's only a handful of those, our founders created two of them. And the company has set itself up, as you mentioned at the beginning of the call, in terms of vertical integration, such that we could support that kind of growth. And that kind of growth, of course, is going to create prosperity for many people. Maybe you could speak a little bit about Moringa as a baseline to build a multi-billion-dollar company.
Rob Larson and Ken Brailsford, who run the helm of the company, understand as international and successful business people, and Ken, two legacy companies prior to this, that you have to have total vertical integration from raw material sources through finished brands completed to the consumer, and therefore you control your own destiny as a result. And that's exactly what they've built. Zija begins with a Z and finishes in an A because it's actually complete. And I've never seen a company with more potential in over 3.5 decades and literally thousands of successful brands of the world that our company's been around to formulate. And the bottom line is very straightforward. The capacity is already in place. You have the top of his class, Dr. Joshua Plant, running things now, both from Moringa the plant, the FDA-inspected pharmaceutical plant, and Joshua himself plant. And you don't know how wonderful that is for when we're out on the road talking about it, to know that there is a team in place making sure that everything goes absolutely perfectly. Because we're expanding so quickly. It shocked me the other day when we had a slide up at some presentation. It was talking about some less than 3 dozen countries that perhaps Zija was already being used in, but it had been reported that actually another 10 above that or so were paying out in terms of remuneration referral fees. That's how quickly this is going. Is there any doubt in my mind that Zija International will be a billion and then multi-billion-dollar brand? None whatsoever. Because invariably the simplest answer tends to be the correct one. These products work well, permanently, and for an entire life, or life unlimited.
And that is, of course, why Ken's previous companies have stood the test of time, is that they were always built on world-class, efficacious products. And Russ, of course, you've been on a whirlwind tour with Chris and I, and you've actually been touring long before that, and will tour many times. And you're in Oklahoma, I guess the day before I get there, and did a private meeting for Gina, and Gina Friels, I appreciate that. It's going to obviously contribute to her going diamond. I just wanted to have the field North America-wide say thank you, and we can do that by everybody pressing *6 now. I think that tells a little bit of the story. Russ, it's most appreciated.
Thank you so much to everyone out in Zija Land, Zija Nation, and Zija Globe, and the best of holidays to everybody from Uncle Russ, and of course everybody back at corporate.
Yeah. Now, also, Russ, I believe Christmas Eve, or is it Christmas Day, falls on a Wednesday.
That's correct.
And that Wednesday, along with New Year's Eve, which is also a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
On those 2 evenings, we're going to not do this call. So if everybody could mark their calendars, mark your calendars right now, everybody, that Christmas Day, which is a Wednesday, and Christmas Eve, which is a Wednesday, there will not be a straight talk call that evening. It will commence the following week. I also want to make note.
And I strongly encourage everybody to be on Straight Talk next week. There will be some special announcements.
Yes. So a couple of things that we've got going. Monday night, we've got the Millionaires in Training call, which I will be hosting, and we will be setting up on Monday to build for Tuesday. I'll be providing you with techniques on how to invite people and have them show up on the Tuesday call. That'll be specific on Monday. And then, of course, after the announcements on the Zija Nation call, you will want to be on the Wednesday call next week, again with Russ Bianchi. So those 3 calls next week will set you up for 2014. You will set the tone for your business. You will have an unfair advantage from a standpoint of propelling yourself through the holiday season and your team, and then, of course, making 2014 your best year ever. We're committed to that. We look forward to chatting with you on the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday call next week. Be sure to be inviting some guests to that call. Also take a look at the schedule. The last tour stops tomorrow night, Oklahoma City, Friday night, Kansas City, Saturday morning, San Antonio, Texas. We'll see you there, or if you have some guests that you can send, we'll look after them on your behalf. If you're new on the line tonight, please do get back to the person who invited you to this call, get your questions answered. We would love to have you part of the Zija team and help you achieve whatever your dreams, goals, and aspirations are. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Russ, thank you as always. Everybody have a great evening. The lines are open.
There's no replay in everybody.
Great call, Marcia Lashley, Melville, Georgia. Great call, Sandra Rose, Royal Bay, St. Anne's.
Thank you very much, Rod. So I'll let you know from Ray, Quebec. No, I can open it though.
Thanks, David.
Hey, David. Thanks for asking me to Delaware. This is Treasure.